Hi there, welcome to Mo's Buffalo. I'm Lauren Hall. Thanks for being with us. And we're kicking off this week with another moment of science. The Buffalo Science Museum is hosting a special talk this week. And this one is all about the science of connection and why our brains need it. Neuroscientist and author Dr. Ben Rain will lead a program called Why Brains Need Friends, diving into how loneliness impacts us on a biological level and why meaningful relationships are essential for our health. So joining us in studio right now is Dr. Rain, as well as Amy Biber with the Buffalo Museum of Science. Thank you both for being here. And Dr. Rain, you have your book here. So tell us a little bit about why you wanted to write this book and look into what you researched for it.
Yeah, so I mean, we've all heard that we are spending less and less time together. I think the whole Surgeon General declared a loneliness epidemic, and people have heard statistics like being isolated is as bad for you as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But I'm not sure that people really can appreciate the depth of what that really means. And as a neuroscientist who has spent a decade in research labs studying empathy and social connection and autism spectrum disorder, things like this, all centering around social interaction, I've just developed a real deep appreciation for how social connection actually impacts our biology, what it really does for our brains and bodies. And in the context of this kind of changing social landscape where we're not spending as much time together, I wanted to write a book that's clear and accessible for anybody. It's not a textbook. The very first page is my no big words clause where I say I won't use jargon, but I wanted to write a book explaining that so that the everyday person can really understand why do we need to connect with others.
And what are some of the big takeaways? Why do we need to connect with others?
Well, it turns out the brain has a bunch of systems built into it that basically reward us for being around others and punish us actually for isolating and for spending time away from others. And this goes back to our long sort of ancient history here on Earth and how our brains were sort of meant to exist, that we exist very well in groups, we survive very well in groups. And so this is kind of like hardwired into our brains that we really can't go without being around each other, because even though we don't need each other to survive necessarily, nowadays our brains think we do. And so there's many biological systems that I do my best to explain very clearly in the book.
And who do you think this message is aimed for? Is there a certain age group or demographic that could benefit from it more than others?
You know, I think it's really written for everybody. I mean, I know that's like the generic answer, especially for an author, but we are all affected by this in various different ways. You know, we are all spending less time together, but I do talk in the book especially about the importance of interaction for young people. As they're growing up, interaction has a really important role for shaping brain development, and for older people, that as we age, we actually spend less and less time with others, and that's really making us vulnerable for a range of health conditions, on top of the fact that we naturally get more vulnerable as we age. So those are the two populations that I think the message is really important for. But truly, I mean, anybody who picks up their phone and calls someone or uses social media instead of going face-to-face for an interaction could benefit from reading it.
And again, we're talking about in-person interaction over, like you said, connecting with people online or virtually. What are some easy habits that people could do to try to take this to heart?
Well, so there's a whole chapter in the book, well, one on virtual interactions that talks a lot about kind of just basically prioritize face-to-face contact, right? I mean, it's as simple as it sounds. The other day, a friend called me and said, hey, you know, you're around to talk, we can set up a Zoom. And I was like, just come to my house. You know, as simple as it sounds, that makes a big difference. Or sort of leveling up from, if you're texting, you know, a Zoom call is better, actually, that you can have more social cues, whereas, you know, phone call is better than text message. The more social cues you can build in and incorporate through the medium you're interacting in, the more it kind of enriches the interaction for your brain. But aside from that, there's another chapter that talks about all of the sort of social pitfalls that our brains have naturally built in, the things that prevent us from connecting with others. And it turns out we make a lot of miscalculations and bad predictions. We tend to think that, for instance, if we compliment someone, they're going to take it the wrong way, or the longer we spend in interaction with someone, the worse it's going to get. If we approach a stranger, they're going to reject us. All these things turn out to be false. We're actually much better at interacting. We feel better at when we interact with others than we expect to. And so I try to lay all these things out because, you know, most people don't actually know that these systems are in us, but I think it's reassuring to know that sometimes when you don't feel like interacting or you feel skeptical, it's actually something that everybody experiences. It's just built into our brains.
And a lot of times you will feel better once you did. So Amy, this, of course, there's going to be an in-person talk to celebrate the message of Dr. Rain's book. When's it happening, and who should come, and what should people know who want to participate?
So the lecture is this Wednesday night from 7 to 8:30. The museum is open from 5 to 9. So if you want to come explore the museum ahead of time, you're certainly welcome to do so. It will be taking place in our auditorium. It's an all ages show, so you don't have to be 21 or anything to come to this. And we will have copies of Ben's book on sale for $25 the night of the show. So you can grab your own copy that night, but there's a Q&A session during the talk, everything, so you can ask your own questions that you might have.
And get some of that interaction. That's so important,
Absolutely.
right? Anything else you want people to know about Wednesday or about your book?
No, I mean, the book is available everywhere. Of course, I'm happy to sign copies at the event, and I hope people come and meet us in person. It's important.
Thanks so much again. Dr. Ben Rain is the author of Why Brains Need Friends, and his talk is happening Wednesday, November 19th at the Buffalo Museum of Science. Thank you so much, Amy and Ben, for being here. We appreciate it. And you probably heard about this last week, but a Western New York man went viral for reviewing a resume at a Jonas Brothers concert, and it led to a really special reunion. Here's Channel 2's Alexandra Rios-Melvilla.
Most fans at a recent Jonas Brothers concert here in Buffalo had their eyes on the stage. But one person was zeroed in on a man in the crowd reading a resume during the show. That moment has since been shared all over the internet, racking up more than 52 million views on TikTok, and even a shout out from Jimmy Ballard.
Please welcome Scott Kelly. We found it.
Scott Kelly says he had no clue his name was about to be seen by millions.
So Monday, I'm sitting in class for an MBA program I'm going through, and my buddy hits me up and says, "Hey, dude, you're going famous on TikTok." I'm like, I don't even have a TikTok. Over the next 24 hours, everything I have starts blowing up with messages, so I actually download TikTok, go look at the original video, and go, yeah, that's me.
So what about the man reading his resume? We found him too.
My wife and I went to the Jonas Brothers concert on Sunday, and it was just a normal date night.
That was our Alexandra Rios-Melvilla again reporting, and here with Jen Stanonis now. And yes,
and that full story is on the website.
The full story is on the website, and yeah, just a crazy talking about connection and a way that two people were able to reconnect. And it sounds like it's only the beginning, that they'll probably keep moving forward their relationship from here. It's such a funny way that it happened.
Yes. Well, the holidays are coming up, and it looks like lots of people in Lockport were getting their holiday shopping done early. More than 170 artisans and crafters picked the Keenan Center for the holiday sip and shop over the weekend. The three-day event brought people from all over Western New York together to look at holiday gifts, decorations, homemade items, and more. Organizers say this holiday market is also a way to shop local and support small businesses.
You're supporting over 150 local artisans, which means you're supporting 150 local families. 100% of that money stays right here in the Buffalo area as opposed to your big box stores. So it's so important to shop local, and that's why we do these holiday markets.
And we're told some of the proceeds from the event supports the center and its mission. I wish I knew
love that
about
little
the
bill.
event, because I love to do like the one place, so many different options, and support local.
And so many locally themed items like that Bill's Alpha shelf and different things like that you wouldn't find at a store that didn't have a tie to Buffalo. So yeah.
Here we are, holiday season. Get that shopping done.
I know. We still have time.
Yes,
it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
We do.
To the Bills now, and we love to show you this every week. So before and after Sunday's big win over the Bucks, Josh Allen wore another new era cap supporting Oshai Children's Hospital. This week's was designed by 6-year-old twin brothers, Max and Ben. They actually spent the first 56 days of their lives at the NICU at Oshai. They were born at just 30 weeks. But now they are both energetic kids who love sports and the Bills. So far, Oshai has raised more than $58,000 through auctioning off these one-of-a-kind caps for the Patricia Allen Fund. Another great cap and another great story. I know that one probably touches your heart as a twin mom.
Awesome artwork and a twin collab, and I love how one red,
Yes.
and one loves the blue, just like my twins.
The one
they would
has their-
gravitate
yes.
toward one color versus the other.
Yes, and so a collab, but they each have their individual
Right.
contribution
Exactly.
to the collab.
Yes.
And what an amazing story. I think it's probably so scary for any parent that has a baby in the NICU, and to see these kids grown up and loving sports and thriving is so inspiring.
And getting to be a part of this too.
Yes, and getting to be part of this amazing new tradition that they
Right.
launched this week,
Right.
or this year, yes. Now to an update on a story that we've been following closely out of North Tonawanda. Meredith Roberts, she is the North Tonawanda teen who was in need of a liver. Well, this is such a great update. She found a match. She underwent transplant surgery on Saturday. Her family says it went very well. Meredith needed an emergency transplant after suddenly going into liver failure. Her mom says she received a cadaver liver, and the family couldn't be more grateful to the donor's loved ones for making that decision. And yeah, just what an amazing update to pass along.
Yeah, and the fact that it was like 600 people
Wanted to help. Yes.
and it's just, it really does show what kind of community we have.
Well, yeah, her mom says that the transplant recipients from Western New York, in addition to 600 people that wanted to give their liver, they've just been hearing from transplant recipients from the area. They've been reaching out, offering their support, and letting Meredith know that they are here for her as she continues her recovery. Because that is, you're in a different kind of club then when you've been given that gift of life, right? And then you have this in common with a whole community of people.
And it sounds like everything is going in the right direction.
In the right direction.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I saw that over the weekend that she was in surgery, and I was just so happy to hear that update.
And thankfully everything could line up.
And that it sounds
happen
like it's
quickly.
going well. So hopefully more positive news to come
Yes.
from Meredith's family. And we will have much more here on Most Buffalo as well, including a beloved Western New York tradition, getting ready to make the season a little brighter. A first look at the event returning very soon after this. Back now in Most Buffalo, in the holiday season's getting an early boost with the return of one of Western New York's most festive tradition. Hofbrauhaus Buffalo has announced dates for its annual Christkindl Market, transforming the space into a European-style winter wonderland. Here in studio with us is Hofbrauhaus's Ed Arnold, and did I say that remotely correct?
Very nice. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. You tell us what it's called.
It's called the Christkindl Markt Buffalo.
I love
Yes.
it. And tell us a little bit about the tradition.
Well, this is our 5th straight year, so I'm happy we've got that tradition built in. This is a European, almost a German-style Christmas market. So when you go there, you feel that charm of a European Christmas market. And we have vendors with crafts and ornaments. Some of them are German style. We have food, great mulled wine, so warm wine in our special Christkindl Markt
that's what these
mugs.
are for.
Yes, for hot chocolate. They say, and I think it's true, we have the best hot chocolate out there, and also the warm wine. And every year we have a new mug, and that is our mug for 2025. And it's the same with every Christkindl Markt or every Christmas market all across Europe. They all have their own mugs, and they change from year to year.
And you see the video, and it doesn't really even look like it could be Buffalo. It does look like something straight from Europe. Is
Yes.
this something that's a Hofbrauhaus tradition, at different Hofbrauhauses around the country as well?
So no, it's not really a Hofbrauhaus thing, but about 5 years ago, we decided we really wanted to bring this to Buffalo, and at that time give something downtown for people to do, to families to come in, friends to come in and do downtown for Christmas in Buffalo. And there were no other Christkindl Marks back then. Now we've got some other ones popping around, which actually kind of lends to the whole experience. The more there are, the better.
Because you can market hop then.
Right, exactly, exactly.
So when does yours start?
So ours starts this Friday. So it is, it's right around the corner. So Friday, for 5 weeks, it's going to go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So just on the weekends. On Fridays, they go from 4 to 8. On Saturdays, they go from noon until 8. And on Sundays, they go from from noon until 5. And the only exception is on Black Friday, where we're going from noon all the way to 8 o'clock.
Because people like to
Yes,
shop that day.
yes.
And I see Santa will be there as well for certain hours.
Exactly. So every Friday and every Saturday and Sunday, Santa Claus is going to be there from, I think, is it 1 to 3?
Yes.
And we also have horse and carriage rides, free horse and carriage rides every Saturday and Sunday. We have a special event where we have Krampus, who is like the German anti-Santa, versus the Grinch, and that is not during the Christmas market. It's on, I think it's a Wednesday, December 3rd, but it's an event where they face off. And so there's a lot of like special activities. We have carolers that are coming in. We have special cookie decorating ceremonies, and every day we do something for charity. So we have a tree lighting on Friday night and Saturday night. And Friday night and Saturday night at 6 o'clock, there's a celebration, a little parade. We go out, we light a tree in the beer garden, and each tree lighting is done by a different charity. And then we also have a big present gathering event with Hope Rises, and this is the most beautiful thing. They fill up our banquet hall with presents. When I say fill it up, they really fill it up. And if you've never seen it, it's wonderful to see all those kids coming in and picking up their presents and leaving and talking to their parents excitingly and all of that. It's one of the, I think, the nicest things that we do.
It definitely sounds like a good place to have on your list as you're making your plans throughout the holiday season to get into the holiday spirit.
Definitely.
So where can people find, I know there's so much to keep track of, all of the list of events, times, and other things about the market?
So I think there's a couple places, our website, which is hofbrauhausbuffalo.com, and also our Facebook site. Those are the two best. But we are on every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from now right up until Christmas, so you can't miss us.
Remind everyone where you're located.
Oh, we're on Scott Street, 190 Scott Street, very close to the casino, not far from the hockey arena.
Yeah, walking distance to the arena.
Right.
Thank you so much, Ed Arnold, for being here. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
If we don't see you before that,
Thank
but
you very much, and thank you for having us on.
Thank you so much. And our good neighbors are coming together after Jamaica was rocked by Category 5 Hurricane Melissa nearly a month ago. Our Alyssa Clausell takes us inside one benefit that happened this weekend. Take a look.
Inside the terrace at Delaware Park, two countries came together under one love.
It really is one love, and I love the camaraderie that happens when Buffalo or just all the communities come together and help one person.
As Jamaica continues to recover from Category 5 Hurricane Melissa, one of the most devastating storms in the island's history, the City of Good Neighbors is stepping up to support relief efforts.
We had a last-minute cancellation for a Saturday night, and thought we'd be able to fill that date by getting other partners together within the community and host a fundraiser for the relief efforts.
As local restaurants and businesses pitch in for the One Love fundraiser, volunteers stepped in too, and for some, they're helping a place they still call home.
I'm Jamaican, so I was born in Jamaica also, so I thought this would be a great way to give back to them.
For Georgia Needham, it's more than a fundraiser. It's a way to help those she loves most from over 1,000 miles away.
Half of my family's still there, so it was really stressful, like watching the entire thing unfold. So I'm kind of glad everything is over with and it's starting to settle back and everyone is getting back on their feet.
Garth Gibson is the treasurer of the Jamaican American Association of Buffalo. He knows there is a long road to recovery.
First of all, they need shelter. They're going to need water, food, and then there's going to be the recovery process. And within that process, they need money.
But as they say in Jamaica,
every little bit.
Every little make a muckle.
Meaning that everything counts, no matter how small.
On your side in Buffalo, Alyssa Clausell, Channel 2 News.
And next on Most Buffalo, a feel-good event that could help some four-legged friends find their forever homes just in time for the holidays. We will tell you where and when after this. Back now on Most Buffalo, and a huge pet adoption event is coming to Buffalo Riverworks this weekend. This is the Thankful Fur Pets adoption event. More than 25 local rescues will be there. 25 local rescues, including dog, cat, guinea pig, even ferret rescues, all hoping to find homes for these animals before the holidays. Joining us in studio is Kimberly LaRussa of Sweet Buffalo, who has organized this event, and Julie Starr of Buddy's Second Chance Rescue. Kimberly has her service dog, Chloe, and Julie, who do you have with you?
This is Petey.
Hi, Petey. He's a Bills fan.
He's a
so
huge
already
Bills fan.
one in the book. So
Yes.
good points for Petey. Tell us a little bit about Petey.
So Petey was actually a local surrender with his sister. We don't like to dwell on the bad things about rescue, but Petey did have a rough start to the beginning of his life. He's about 8 months old. He just had double surgery on his eyes, his feet, and he was neutered. He's doing much better now, but he really hasn't had the chance or the structure to be a normal dog. So we're working very hard on that, and Petey will be up for adoption next week once he's fully here and his stitches are out, and we're hoping to find a beautiful family for him that will be patient and give him all the love that he needs.
What kind of home do you think he would do well in?
I think older children definitely needs to go to a home with women. He's definitely more comfortable being in a home with women. He does warm up to men, but he's definitely what they would call a Velcro dog.
Okay.
He wants to be with you. He wants to be on top of you when you're sitting on the couch. He wants to snuggle. He really is just looking for all the love in the world, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to find that for him.
He has a lot of love to give.
He does.
Kimberly, why does Sweet Buffalo do this event?
You know, we work with rescues throughout the year to help their animals get adopted, and we see the need that there is in the community. They got to get these animals out there, especially in the winter months, because, you know, in the summer months, it's easier for them. All the dogs are outside on patios, at restaurants, but winter months, they don't have a place to go. So Buffalo River Works, a great partner of Sweet Buffalo, offered to open their doors, and they have that huge venue. So we're able to have 27 local rescues there this time, this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2, and we're so excited.
How eye-opening. People may not even realize that there are 27 different local rescues, and here you can interact with all of them in one place.
Yeah, and there's so many more across Western New York too. But yeah, I mean, to have like a ferret rescue, I didn't know we had ferret rescues in Western New York. Reach out and say, hi, we saw your event. Can we come on out and get our ferrets adopted, and then the guinea pig rescue? And so we just want to help everyone, the dogs, the cats, and the little furry friends too.
And reading about the event, some of the animals might even be able to go home with you that day.
Yes, so the cats usually can go home that day, but all the dog rescues have their own process. For instance, if you meet a dog at Buddy's, you do a meet and greet at the home afterwards, right?
Yep, we ask that you do apply online. You can get pre-approved ahead of the event, and then once you are approved, our fosters would do meet and greets with you, with the dog in the home, to make sure it's a good fit for everybody, especially if you have other animals or children. We want to make sure we're setting everybody up for success.
And I know this is the first time you're doing it at Riverworks this year, but what is the atmosphere usually like to have all these different rescues and all these different interested families?
Oh, it's really heartwarming seeing these dogs. I mean, they've come, you know, from bad situations like Petey here, and to see them out in the community and to see people visiting with them and seeing what remarkable animals they are, that really makes our hearts happy.
And I'm sure this is something that kind of can go by the wayside during the busy holiday season. People may not be thinking about adopting a pet right now when they have other things to think about, right?
Yeah, you know, definitely these events bring in so many people. There'll be hundreds and hundreds of people there. All the events we've attended in the past with Kim and Sweet Buffalo has been a huge success. We've gotten lots of adoptions out of it. I know other rescues feel the same way, and we're all very grateful to be a part of it.
And when and where is it happening exactly, Kim?
Happy.
Exactly.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Buffalo River Works. So come on by and meet your new best friend.
And is it free?
Yes, of course.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, and any other attractions while they're there?
There might be. Got to come and see.
We'll have
Surprise.
To see. Where can people go for more information? I know you have the whole list of rescues and also some kind of tips about what to have ready if you want to adopt, right?
Visit sweetbuffalo.com or visit us on Facebook and Instagram and follow us there for future events too.
Do you have a number of animals you're trying to get adopted?
All of them.
All of them, exactly. It's always all of them, exactly.
Perfect answer.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Petey. You were such a good boy. Thank you, Julie, Kim, and Chloe.
Thanks for having us.
It's amazing. And in more animal news, the sounds of dogs, cats, and even guinea pigs filled the McKinley Mall over the weekend. 10 Lives Club hosted its rally to the rescue adoption event on Saturday. It brings together several rescues from across the region. Organizers say that it gives families a chance to meet cats, dogs, and guinea pigs, all looking for their forever homes.
Yeah, it takes the community really coming together, wanting to always adopt, right? Adopt, don't shop. That's our biggest thing. You know, we're always saying that. Cats, dogs, guinea pigs. Everyone deserves to find their home for the holidays.
And the 10 Lives Club alone has had more than 5 adoptions, or they had more than 5 adoptions within the first hour. Finally today on Most Buffalo, M&T Bank and Tops Markets have kicked off the 40th annual Gift of Warmth Drive. This is a winter clothing collection that helps local families stay warm. Donation bins are now set up at all M&T branches and select Tops locations across Western New York. The campaign runs through January 9th, and it collects new hats, gloves, mittens, and scarves for the Salvation Army. Organizers say that every item donated in Buffalo stays in Buffalo.
When somebody comes in without hats and gloves,
they immediately look for the table so that they can put something on. I mean, this is Buffalo. We need hats and gloves on everyone in the winter.
You can drop off your donations now through January 9th at any M&T Bank branch again or participating Tops locations. Just look for the bins. And that'll do it for Most Buffalo today. We'll see you back here on Thursday for another live show at 2:30. You can always watch Most Buffalo on demand, though, here on WGRZ+. Download on your TV and watch for free. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.